So probably the number one question in the Division 2 community right now for players who have been struggling with beating the new Agent Kelso Manhunt mission on Master difficulty is what build should they be running? And I'll be giving you guys a build right here that I think a lot of you guys can put together pretty quick and it's going to work amazing. I've ran this in duels, trios, and quads, have already gotten the Wolves mask, but solo, I have tried this twice and I was able to beat 3 or 4 hunters and then made a mistake and the final hunter got me. But I 100% believe that this build should be able to do this solo. And as soon as I get that solo video, I'll post that build and any tweaks I make to it. But this is going to be the build that I recommend most of you guys, at least if you guys are going to be trying this in a group, should be able to do. You'll be putting out enough damage. The survivability is there. And I've been having a ton of fun with this. Now in the gameplay, you might see I was running one exotic and now I swapped to, well, another exotic, which hopefully you guys know this is the Scorpio shotgun. Now for the hunters, I swapped to the Scorpio shotgun. Always recommend at least one person, if you guys are in duels, puts on a Scorpio shotgun before you guys attempt these hunters. Or if you're in trios or quads, one person does it. It gives a good debuff to the hunters, also shocks them and disorients them, making it so much easier to take down these hunters. Now at the end of this build breakdown, I'll also have some more gameplay so you guys can see how the build handles on other parts of the mission. But I showed you a little bit at the beginning, showed you some hunters, and then we'll have some gameplay at the end. But let's get into the build and show you how I have this set up. So for my build, I'll tell you the Chameleon really sets this build apart. Now I will switch to Chameleon for the Scorpio when I get to those special characters we like to call the hunters at that point. But again, the Chameleon is going to be my go-to. It has 84,000 on this build, 1,035 RPM, 50 in the magazine, and it has a 20 optimal range. We do have 20% expertise, so we do have 20% extra weapon damage. I would like to get this up because this weapon is starting to be one of my favorite assault rifles. We have assault rifle, health damage, and damage to targets out of cover. Now, why is this weapon so crucial to this build? Well, because of adaptive instincts. Hitting 30 headshots grants 20% crit chance and 50% crit damage for 45 seconds. And on this build, I'm only sitting at 31% crit chance. So with that extra 20%, I'm now sitting at 51%, which I like to be 50 or above. So this is why it works really good. Not only that, I'm gonna hit 30 headshots on this build and I get 50% crit damage. Now, when I hit 65 body shots, I'm getting additional 90% weapon damage for 45 seconds. Now, hitting 20 leg shots grants 150% reload speed, but the main two I'm really worried about is right here. Now on the Chameleon, you also get 50% crit chance, 20 rounds, 20% accuracy, and 10% stability, so it makes it pretty accurate. Now, since I am running a build that I need to build my stacks on, the ACS 12 is going to be that weapon. It allows me to build my stacks quick, and then I can hold it with the Chameleon. Now, we have shotgun damage to armor, and health damage on this one, and I have preservation. I could always use this if I get in trouble, get some life back, but yeah. Chameleon is going to be your go-to. ACS 12 is going to be your secondary. So for the mask, I am running the Chill Out mask. If you guys don't have this mask, you guys can farm the Loot Goblin. He is dropping the mask still. We have 5% total armor. We have armor on here. And then we have critical damage and then 2 protection from elites mods on here. So that's already 24% protection from elites on the build. We're going to be stacking some on here. We are sitting at 1.8 million armor and 363,000 health. So for the chest, I went with the Striker Battlefield chest. Now we're running a 4-piece, so we get the 15% weapon handling, 50% rate of fire, and then Striker's Gamble. Weapon hits increase total weapon damage by 0.65%, stacking up 100 times. Now we do have 170,000 armor, critical damage, and then another protection from elites here. The chest piece, what it's going to do is going to allow us to stack from 100 to 200 stacks. For our second piece of strikers, we have the holster and we have armor and critical damage. Our third piece of strikers, we have the knee pads with armor, critical damage. For our fourth and final piece of strikers, we have our gloves, weapon damage, and critical chance. If you feel like you don't have enough armor on the build, you want to go up to 2 million, you can switch out that weapon damage. And for the backpack, we are running the Memento backpack with weapon damage, armor, skill tier, and then we have protection from elites on here. Also, we have kill confirm. So this is where we're going to get a lot of our damage. For every time we pick up a trophy, we're getting 10% extra weapon damage. But we're getting 50% bonus armor and then 5% skill efficiency. Now, if we have a full stacks, which we get that pretty quick early on in the mission, we'll have 30% weapon damage, 30% skill efficiency, and 3% armor regen. That gives us a survivability we need for fighting those hunters and just fighting enemies overall. If we go take a look real quick, I'll show you my stats. We have 31% crit chance. Remember, this goes up to 51% crit chance once I have the stack on the Chameleon. We also have 93% crit damage. You gain another 50% crit damage there. 70% headshot damage, 21% health damage, and then we go over to our stats. We have 1.7 million, almost 1.8 million armor, and then protection from elites, 58%. This gives us that survivability that we need. For our specialization, we're running the survivalist. That's gonna give us an additional 10% protection from elites, and that's why we're at that 58%. Now, if we go back and I'll show you guys the modifiers I'm using, I am using Overdrive. I think this is amazing here. We have Fortified Shield to increase your shield's health by 100%. We have the Reactive Reinforcement, heals 5% of your maximum armor when your shield takes damage. And then we also have Critical Momentum. Critical hits have a 40% chance to grant 1% momentum. I feel like this is exactly what you need to run, especially if you're running modifiers. For our skills, we are running the Crusader Shield, and then we're running the Reviver Hive. And this is the build I am using for the Master difficulty for the new Kelso Manhunt mission. If you guys have any questions, let me know. See you in the next one. Hey, nothing but skills is out.
Watch the foot! Stay right there!
That's enough. We're done here. Disappointing, General. Very disappointing.
I'm sorry, Nat.